Once upon a time, in a small village, an old grandfather used to take his grandson out every night to watch the stars. One night, the grandson asked, "Grandpa, where do these stars come from?" The grandfather smiled and said, "It's a long story, my boy, very ancient. Let me tell you the most amazing story of the universe."
Welcome, adventurers, to the most incredible story ever told. Today, we're journeying back in time to witness the birth of the universe. Imagine a time before time itself, a place where nothing and everything existed all at once. Are you ready? Let's begin. In the beginning, there was nothing. No stars, no planets, no galaxies. Just a dense, hot singularity. This tiny point held everything that would ever exist. Then, about 13.8 billion years ago, something extraordinary happened. Boom! This is what we call the Big Bang. It wasn't an explosion in the traditional sense, but more like an incredibly rapid expansion. In less than a trillionth of a second, our universe began to grow. At first, it was just a soup of tiny particles, smaller than atoms. Protons, neutrons, and electrons danced around in the hot, dense environment. As the universe expanded, it cooled down, allowing these particles to combine and form the first atoms, hydrogen and helium. These atoms began to gather into enormous clouds of gas. Over millions of years, gravity pulled these clouds together, creating the first stars. Stars are like giant furnaces, where smaller atoms are fused into heavier ones, releasing light and heat. Our universe was starting to shine. Stars grouped together to form galaxies, enormous cosmic cities containing billions of stars. And among these stars were all the building blocks needed for planets, moons, and eventually, life. Let's zoom into one of these galaxies. In a quiet corner of the Milky Way, about 4.6 billion years ago, a cloud of gas and dust collapsed under its own gravity. This gave birth to our Sun, a bright, burning star at the center of our solar system. Around the young Sun, leftover gas and dust began to stick together, forming clumps. These clumps grew larger and larger, becoming planets, moons, asteroids, and comets. Our own Earth started out as one of these clumps. In its early days, Earth was a hot, molten ball of rock. But over millions of years, it cooled down, and water vapor in the atmosphere condensed to form oceans. Land masses emerged, and with water and warmth, the stage was set for something truly miraculous: life. Life began in the oceans as tiny, single-celled organisms. These simple life forms slowly evolved into more complex creatures, exploring every corner of our planet. From the depths of the oceans to the highest mountains, life found a way. Fast forward billions of years, and here we are, humans, curious beings looking up at the stars, wondering where we came from. We are part of this grand cosmic story, made from the same stardust that formed the first stars and galaxies. Today, we explore the universe with powerful telescopes and spacecraft. We search for answers to the biggest questions. How did it all begin? Are we alone? What else is out there? Our journey of discovery continues, fueled by curiosity and imagination. So, the next time you look up at the night sky, remember that you are a part of this amazing universe. From the tiny particles at the beginning to the vast galaxies we see today, everything is connected in this grand cosmic dance.